I mean, what can we say at this point? Why did we deserve this? Why do Mets fans continue to have to go through this? Another loss on Thursday, and I'm going to sound like a broken record, but another worst loss of the year. It's like everyone 6 outs away from a victory. Kodai Senga gets 1 out away from 6 innings, which has been the Mets' kryptonite. Rogers gives up the run that charges Senga. All right, they come back. They take the lead. It's 3-2. Here we go. Hell's bells, do. Shut the hell's bells because we're all going to hell. There's no bells. It's just hell. It's hell being a Mets fan. There's no bells there. There's no Christmas. There's no reindeer. There's no fun. There's no joy. It's straight fucking hell. And until Ryan Helsley can get his head out of his ass, shut the music, turn the lights back on, and go get some fucking outs. Ryan Helsley's given up 7 runs in 5 innings. He's supposed to be a stopper. This was a great trade. I'm not knocking the trade from David Stearns. Getting Helsley, Rogers, you can argue, wasn't a good trade because they gave up too much. It's still a good reliever they got. But Helsley has been dreadful. And it's got to change quick. Just like the Mets, you got to win quick. Helsley's got to be better quick. Everything's got to come together quick because the clock is ticking. You had another chance to gain a game on the Phillies. I mean, the Mets beat the Braves. They could be within 3 of the Phillies today. But instead, they're still 5 out. The Reds gain a half game because they were off. The Reds are a half game behind the Mets. And the Mets are a loss and a Reds win. And luckily, the Reds are playing the red-hot Brewers. So hopefully the Brewers take care of business. But now we're watching the Reds score closely because the Reds win tonight and the Mets lose against the Mariners. And the Reds take over the wild card, the third wild card spot. I mean, what has happened to the Mets we know and love? You're watching Mets Daily. We're here covering every day of the way. So if you're not subscribed, you're just a certified hater because we're the only show doing this daily, 10 minutes a day, every day, losing our minds about this team. And you got to support. You got to support. Hit that subscribe. Become a Mets Daily Insider member. We're the only show giving away field level tickets to a series coming up. So become a Mets Daily Insider member. Just $5 a month. If you don't got that, well, you got the money to go to a Mets game in field level seats. So this is your chance to go to a Mets game in field level seats, become a Mets Daily Insider member. And again, follow me at Jake Brown Live. I'm also on playback.tv. We are live streaming the games on there. Not tonight, but we've been live streaming the game. So check out playback.tv/Jake Brown Live, and you go watch the game with me. If you have an MLB TV subscription, you can sync it up. If not, the game cast comes up. We're also streaming it to my YouTube at Jake Brown Live. So subscribe to my YouTube, subscribe to our YouTube here at Mets Daily, and come join the party. Well, that was rough last night. You know, it's got to change quick here. And Steve Cohen, I don't know if this was meant as a reply to Andy Martino about the fans or what. Steve Cohen's not the greatest with Twitter. He said, Andy, the fans have been great. They are bringing real energy to the stadium. I asked them to come out, and they did. Well, listen, I've said it on here. The fans are supporting. Like, weekday games are selling out. Every game, it feels like it's selling out. The team is top 5 in attendance. They're averaging 38,000, 39,000. The stadium is average capacity. It's averaging 90% full every single night, and a lot of these nights are sellouts. So the fans have put their money where the mouth is, and Cohen asked them about coming out, and he was embarrassed by attendance last September in a playoff push. Well, they're coming out now. Guess what? You might be embarrassed by September attendance again this year because your team was so futile in the month of August that they might be out of it in September with the way they're playing. And listen, I'm still positive. I'm still optimistic that they'll make the playoffs. But my God, I could completely understand if someone is checked out and why they're not. The team is 2-13 in the last 15, could not look more lifeless, cannot find a way to put wins together. And I don't care what people say that it doesn't make a difference. Carlos Mendoza can't keep being a robot. The team is deader than Gary Coleman right now, and the team is showing no life, and this guy is going to come out and say the same exact thing every single day. It was like when Luis Rojas talked about up-downs. I was banging my head up and down on a wall every day. You got to wake up, and you got to wake this team up. And sometimes it takes that leader in charge to do that. I don't think this is on Mendy, but when you're the manager, you're in charge of this. And guess what? You're going to be handed a pink slip if you miss the playoffs. Because this isn't fair to the fans. This isn't fair to anyone. It's not right. This team is way too much money put onto them. The fans have put way too much money to go to these games, and you're going to play like this hot trash. It's got to change, and it's unacceptable. So we'll see if Steve Cohen steps into the offseason and says, you know what, as much as we like Mendy, he's a good manager. That collapse doesn't warrant a comeback. You fired Willie Randolph, middle of a season. You sure as hell are going to fire the manager if this team that was once 5.5 games up in first place finds their way out of the wild card, which, by the way, the Mets are, 6 games over? You're telling me you can't finish 6 or 7 or 8 games over 500 with this team and this roster you have? Unacceptable. It's on the players first, but these guys are under contract. You can't fire Juan Soto. They're not trading Juan Soto. They're not trading Sean Manaea, Kodai Senga. They're going to have different players on the roster next year, but there's still going to be a lot of the same players. So, there's going to have to be changes. I mean, Chavez, I think, might as well take the pink slip now. That's a move that should have been done a month ago. I mean, it's absurd. I mean, look at the approach last night, some of these guys. I mean, swinging. I mean, how frustrating. And Pete Alonso's been great, but Juan Soto's stealing. Why the hell is Pete Alonso swinging first pitch? Juan Soto's been automatic stealing bases with the leads he's getting. And Alonso's swinging at 2 pitches, by the way. Both out of the zone. Both are balls. Both with Soto trying to steal. Luckily, Soto eventually did steal, and Alonso drove him in. But holy crap. I mean, what is this team doing? And then the 9th inning, not even letting Iglesias throw a pitch. Just here, first pitch, boom, lazy ground ball to third. I mean, what the hell is this? It's a piss poor product that has got to change. Let us know in the comments. Are you watching this week? Are you taking off? Let us know. But Steve Cohen, the message has been sent, but you're going to have to send a message to this franchise, these players, soon enough. You could tweet these things, whatever, but the team sucks right now, and the fans are showing up. But that's not going to happen in September. People are going to either sell their tickets or just eat the tickets and not go. Because why go? To see Hell's Bells and then him blow it? To see Hell's Bells only for the Mets to still lose a game? To see the trumpets only for the Mets to lose a game? Go on a win streak, man. Tuesday was fun and all, but the last 2 days against a horrid Braves team are just unacceptable in your home park. And now you got the Mariners coming to town. And listen, the Mariners are going to be very tough this weekend. Friday, 7 o'clock, Saturday, 4 o'clock. I will be there tomorrow. So if you're a Mets Daily member or listener, viewer, watcher, whatever, or you follow me, let me know. I will be at the ballpark tomorrow. I'll be there early, walking around, probably getting a couple of food reviews. So we'll be there tomorrow for Nolan McLean's debut. That's the highlight of this weekend. The other highlight, I think, like I said, it sucks, but the Mets going to Williamsport, PA on Saturday for the Little League Classic game. That's Sunday Night Baseball. Tonight, it's Castillo versus Manaea, a good pitching matchup. Tomorrow, it'll be Nolan McLean on the hill for the Mets making his Major League debut against Brian Wu, who has been fantastic this season. And then Sunday, like we said, in Williamsport, PA at Journey Bank Ballpark. It'll be Kirby versus Clay Holmes, and a big prove-it star for Clay Holmes because, he's not getting through 4 or 5 innings. Like, the Mets might have to be proactive and pull him after 3 and go to the bullpen Sunday, which is what they've been doing anyway, it feels like. I mean, that's what made yesterday so much more frustrating. Finally, a starter gets into the 6th inning, and they still freaking lose the game. Well, September is coming. And the Mets are going to have 2 extra roster spots. We assume Sproat will be one. We think Acuna is probably the other. But what about Jet Williams? Could the Mets consider Jet Williams? Now, Jet Williams is the number 1 Mets prospect. All we've heard about is Jet. I think there's a decent chance he'll be in the running to make the team next year. And with Jeff McNeil having 1 year left, and I think a contract that becomes more tradable with 1 year left if the Mets ate some of that $16 million he's owed next year, Jet Williams has played second base. He's played center field. 2 positions that might be your weakest if you do move on from Jeff McNeil. You got to consider Jet Williams being a starter for the 2026 Mets, and you got to consider calling him up in September of this year. Jet Williams could provide a boost. Now, I don't know if there's really a spot for him, but if Mullins is not doing much, McNeil's not doing much, I don't know. I think it could be worth having Jet Williams on this team. Jet off to a nice start. He had a 3-for-3 day yesterday in AAA. It's obviously a very small sample size, but he's off to a good start so far in AAA in just a couple of games. Jet Williams just got to AAA, and he's been doing a nice job. He hit the home run, and he's been doing good things. So we were pulling up the stats there coming up. Oh, this team, man, this team. It's just unbelievable. There it is. 11 at-bats, 4 for 11, a home run. So early, but Jet Williams, let us know in the comments. Do you think the Mets should consider Jet Williams for September? Are you looking ahead more for 2026? We know about the pitching, Sproat, McClain, Tong, but what about the hitting? Jet Williams is one of the first names, and Carson Bench that come up. Do we see him or Bench some point in September? If not, I think both have a chance in 2026. I think the Mets should 100% trade Jeff McNeil if they can. 100% trade Vientos at this point. Mark Vientos can't sniff the lineup right now. Brett Beatty's getting starts over him. I think the Mets should trade Vientos and Beatty, keep Mauricio, keep Acuna, try out one of these kids, and then maybe get someone in free agency. But they got to make change in the offseason. But before we get to the offseason, this team's got to win now. Wake up. Seattle's here this weekend. Tough series. We'll see you at Citi Field tomorrow. Smash that thumbs up in this video. Comment below. Jet Williams, your thoughts. Do you have any hope left? I don't know how to be optimistic right now with this team, but there is games left. Maybe something will happen. Maybe something clicks, but it looks like a team that's a sinking ship like the Titanic right now. Subscribe, thumbs up, become Mets Daily Insider member, $5 a month. Free tickets coming. Follow me at Jake Brown Live, and have a great weekend, everybody. Thanks for watching Mets Daily.